during his lifetime as a freedom fighter, the iconic leader of India. We all know that he was so very brilliant student during his early days. He has come from a very prominent and an influential family whose father was a very eminent lawyer at that point of time, also from a very wealthy family from West Bengal, he was born in Cuttack, of course was the Orissa division of West Bengal province. Then later on he was pressurized maybe by the family members to go and write an Indian civil service. So he left for London, appeared for exams, came out successfully, but 1920, with the demand of the national movement in India, and at some point of time maybe he thought that he may have to side with the British government. So he gave up his job and came back to India. During his youthful days, he joined the party, Congress party. He was also the president of Indian Youth Congress. Later on, he was also working with one of the newspapers in Calcutta. Later, after a year or so, he opened his own press, name of Swaraj. Then later, during 1920 to 1934, he wrote a book. See, here what I want to tell all of us, or remind all of us, of course we do know who Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was. He was an educator, he was a journalist, he was a writer, he was a politician, he was a commander, he was a military man. He's that personality that India have had over the centuries. Then he became the president of the Indian National Congress. Maybe even for the second term, he was elected as the president of Indian National Congress during 1939. But because of certain reason, he has to resign from the party. Then after, he has never rejoined this government, this party. During his youthful days, he has been arrested several times. At one point of time, he was arrested and then sent to Burma, now the Myanmar. And his struggle and his selfless services and his sacrifices for the Indian national movement is undoubtedly unmatched, unparalleled to any of the personalities of those time in India. But why? Our Gopal Shamarji has also mentioned, why Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was not given a due recognition all these years? I will just jump here and there, but those days, politicians, Gandhi, Nehru, and Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. Those days, the politicians, yes, political differences would be there. The differences of opinion was surely there. But the one quality of those days politicians, I'm going to tell you, is they were so very magnanimous. Gandhiji pronounced that Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was or is the prince of the patriots. And Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose in Singapore during 1943 has declared Mahatma Gandhi as the father of nation. Yes, they had some little differences, opinion in politics. Thakise, ole bhi ini ka manu thakise to time laga. But after India's freedom, after India was liberated from the British empire or the British regime, till that, for so many years, Gandhiji, somewhere or the other, has been kept sidelined, not given that due recognition which he deserves. He made India proud. His deeds and his activities and his involvement for the Free India movement was never celebrated like this of 2021, January 23rd. So many places people have. Yesterday, as mentioned, our Honourable Prime Minister was in Calcutta celebrating the 125th year of Netaji, also declaring Parakram Diwas, which will be celebrated every year from today onwards. Such a huge honor for Netaji was never witnessed in India prior to this government, NDA BJP-led government. Under the able leadership of our Honourable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Not to mention of anybody, any name, any party, but this platform and this due recognition was never there. But we are all very happy. Every year, this Parakram Diwas will be celebrated. We all need to admit the fact. I should also acknowledge this very fact that the earlier regimes, earlier governments, successive governments has not done what I have already said. We have also witnessed the days before this nation celebrates the 125th year celebration, the Howrah-Kalka Mail is also been renamed as Netaji Express. It's a great matter of it's a matter of great pride for all of us today. In fact, Netaji's Parakram has put India on the express route of freedom and development. We all need to celebrate every moment of this great son of India. In us, his great qualities. Kunuba inega amagan jani thaga aro remind najinile to ekta duita inega bhi bobole puras. So then after his resignation as the president of Indian INC, he was put under house arrest by the British government. Now he made a plan, escape route. Then probably he went to Lahore and then Afghanistan, then to reach Russia, then USSR, Soviet Union. There he came for some time and had a contact with the Nazis in Germany, reached Berlin and had appointments with the Führer, Adolf Hitler. So one quality here I want to mention. Met Adolf Hitler and spoke to him about the state or the conditions of India. That point of time, in his autobiography called Mein Kampf, in his autobiography Mein Kampf, there was some derogatory sentence or words mentioned about in India. So we can all imagine 1940, 41, 42, 43, 44, that point of time, who was Adolf Hitler? He is such a ferocious leader, the dictator. He had that formidable force, his armies, his technologies. Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, taigi log paise tu, और वो कैसे इन्हें से amakan apna laga madot lagi.